In addition to a full-scale struggle for dominance between Bernard and the Mechanical's people, Episode 6 of Silo Season 2 finishes on a cliffhanger, where Juliet must make a difficult decision. Episode 6 of Silo Season 2 picks up where its predecessor left off, demonstrating how Bernard directs his rage on the Mechanical people in order to put an end to their rebellion. The Mechanical people, however, do not back down and get past every challenge the mayor presents them with, even if they face numerous unforeseen difficulties. Meanwhile, CeeLo, played by Tim Robbins, embarks on his own side mission by requesting Lucas to decipher Salvador Quinn's mysterious letter. Lucas commits himself to the work because he sees it as a chance to avoid serving a lengthy time in the mines. Despite their seeming lack of development, the relationship between the two characters abruptly changes in Episode 6 of the sci-fi series on Apple TV+. After Solo makes her an irresistible offer, Juliet also finds herself in the midst of yet another set of problems. In the middle of the day, one of the rare episodes of the Apple TV+ series that seldom includes Juliet is Episode 6 of Silo Season 2. In Silo 18, Episode 6 finally reveals Juliet's final activities after navigating the changing political tides. Juliet slumped to the ground at the end of Episode 5 of Silo Season 2, after an arm wound became seriously infected. Luckily for her, Solo uses the drugs available to him in Silo 17 to treat her infection. Juliet wakes up, panics, and tries to get out of there as quickly as possible after realizing that she is running out of time to save her Silo. To her disappointment, Solo discloses that he has concealed her just-acquired suit. He makes her a bargain. When she explains that the residents of Silo 18 depend on her, he will give her the suit, in exchange for her helping him drain the water from Silo 17's lower levels. Solo urges Juliet that she must immediately repay him for saving her life, despite her initial resistance. Since there are no other choices, Juliet will probably assist Solo in draining the water before attempting to save Silo 18. Lucas tries to decipher Quinn's letter in Episode 6 of Silo Season 2, but he appears to make considerable strides by employing a straightforward Caesar's shift cipher. Bernard, who is impressed by Lucas's skills and conscious of the timer above him, understands that Lucas needs to access the legacy in order to decipher the message using sophisticated programming techniques. But as ordinary Silo inhabitants are unable to access the legacy, Bernard must turn him into his shadow in order to obtain the required authorization. Billings has experienced symptoms of the syndrome since Season 1, despite the fact that Apple TV+ Silo has not made the condition's definition clear. His limbs tremble suddenly, and he appears to have little to no control over his body during these episodes. Meadows hypothesized that the conditions they are compelled to live in may be related to the syndrome in one of the first episodes of Silo Season 2. She thought that the rigid, inexplicable positions that the higher authorities forced on people were not conditioned to live inside silos. Bernard takes desperate steps to obtain a tactical advantage as the conflict between him and the Mechanical heats up. The inhabitants are put in danger when one of his moles from the deep underground contaminates the Mechanical's food supply. Others on higher floors, however, assist the residents of Mechanical by disposing of leftover food in the trash chute so they can survive while fighting Bernard. The Caesar shift is a technique that Julius Caesar is known for using to convey cryptic messages to his allies. For example, if the shift in a plain text message is 3, then A should become D, D should be G, and so on. Lucas appears to be ignorant of the terminology, but he deftly employs the Caesar shift in Silo Season 2's Episode 6 to decode Salvador Quinn's message. To his dismay, the method hardly solves anything, but it impresses Bernard enough to make him his shadow and give him access to the legacy. The mole that contaminates the Mechanical's food is not identified in detail in Episode 6 of Silo Season 2, but it appears to leave one small hint. One of Bernard's men engages with his aunt, Doreen, during a scene in the vault of Silo 18, and she provides him with all the latest information regarding the plans of the people in the depths. Aunt Doreen was probably the mole that tainted the food. Future episodes of Silo Season 2 will delve into this mystery and uncover the identity of the black sheep, if it isn't her. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.